Hi, this is Victoria Meyer. Welcome back to the Chemical Show, where chemicals means business. Today, I am speaking with Steve Caldeira, who is the president and CEO of HCPA, the Household and Consumer Products Association. We are here at their annual meeting where we've just wrapped up, and Steve and I are here to have a great conversation. Steve, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
So let's just start with what got you into this space of industry association leadership, working in Washington, D.C., et cetera?
Well, I started out on Capitol Hill after graduating from Providence College with a political science degree, and went to work for many campaigns, including Senator Al D'Amato from New York. And I just morphed into trade associations, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, National Restaurant Association, International Franchise Association. It gives you a great perspective working on Capitol Hill in corporate America. I had 2 stints at PepsiCo and Dunkin' Brands, the parent company for Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins.
Awesome. So, and what ended up bringing you to HCPA?
Spencer Stewart did a search. I was at the International Franchise Association. This seemed like a good opportunity for me and my family. And many CPG companies, including big brands like P&G, Clorox, Henkel, Sherwin-Williams. So it was a great opportunity for me to get involved with so many diverse issues. So I took the opportunity back in 2016, and so it's been 8 years. We've had a great run so far, and so we passed the Cleaning Product Right to Know Act in 2017. That was signed by Governor Jerry Brown. It's all about ingredient communication, labeling. So we got our feet wet right away.
Yeah. And it's a lot of work. And I think your point about the variety of CPG groups that are part of HCPA, I've been amazed by the variety of companies and really the variety of products and product areas that HCPA touches.
Yeah. Well, we have 7 product divisions, as you know: air care, antimicrobial, cleaning, pest management, and so forth. So we cover a broad range of issues, and only a staff of 18, Victoria. So we do it lean and mean. We only have a $7.5 million budget, so we have to be smart where we put our financial resources, increasingly in the states, because a lot of issues haven't been dealt with at the federal level, including the EPA, which has historically, the last 2-3 years, been understaffed and underfunded.
Yeah, that's well, and I know from talking to members here and people across the industry that understaffing at the EPA really slows down progress in a lot of ways.
It slows down approvals for our members' products. It slows down innovation for our members' products, and it slows down the products to market for consumers for our member companies. Yeah. So it's not a great situation.
Yeah. So when we think about HCPA and just the diversity of companies and interests that you represent, how do you prioritize, and maybe what are your key priorities when you look at where we are today and the year ahead?
Well, we are member driven. We have a great volunteer board of directors with 33 members. So we talk strategy at the board meetings, in between the board meetings, on Zoom calls, conference calls. So we listen, we learn, we collaborate with unique stakeholders, including NGOs, so in industry and allied trades associations. So we just try to cut through the tape to advance the ball for our members.
Yeah, and what are your priorities today?
Well, certainly TSCA reform, as passed in 2016. President Obama signed that in June of 2016. Certainly the Pesticide Registration Improvement Act is only authorized for 5 years, so We're working on PREA 6, and increasingly issues have moved to the state, EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility, and including household hazardous waste. So we're trying to deal with these increasing issues, recycling, microplastics, air quality, etc. And the states are increasing, California, Oregon, Mass, Connecticut, Washington State, and the like. So.
Yeah, there's a lot, and there's a lot of activity going on. And what strikes me about some of this is, all the topics that you've talked about.
Yep.
I think they're not just in the industry discussion; they're also out in the general public, right?
Yep.
And many of these products touch individuals and consumers, right? They're in our homes, they're in our offices, they're in our buildings. So how do how do you guys navigate maybe? Not just across the industry and administration, but as you think about consumers, where does the consumer influence come in?
Well, like I said, we collaborate with unique stakeholders, including industry, NGOs. We just don't say no to a regulation or proposed legislation, and we do it on behalf of our member companies so they can provide innovative, more sustainable, cleaner, greener products to our consumers.
Yeah, love it. So Steve, we talked a little bit about really the fact that one of the roles that HCPA takes is interfacing with Congress, with the EPA and other agencies. In fact, I know I've been told that you were named as one of the top lobbyists on the Hill for 2024. So congratulations. I think
thank you. That's very humbling.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a sign that you are doing really good work.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we hope so.
Yeah. So how do you navigate that balance? So so you're putting your arms around your member companies and their issues, and then having to communicate that with Congress, which changes regularly, and of course we know that we've got a big change coming up here in January. How do you align with the shifting dynamics on Capitol Hill?
Well, it's a constant process. Congressional members come and go, so we always have to educate, communicate. We are transparent with our issues. We say how this is going to affect our member companies and therefore consumers. So we have earned a reputation of trust along the way. We've been around for 110 years.
Really?
We have many names, but we've earned that trust. As I said, we work with unique stakeholders along the way.
Yeah. So, leadership is one of the topics I like to talk with people about. You yourself are a leader of a small but mighty organization, you would say, interfacing and working with a lot of leaders from companies, big companies and small companies, and then, of course, with leaders in Congress and across Capitol Hill. What stands out for you? Are there a couple of defining characteristics with the great leaders that you work with?
That's a great question, and it all comes back to listening and learning and collaborating and providing your input respectfully, diplomatically. And that's a mantra that I follow, and I think my team follows it. And I said we have a small staff, 18 full-time employees for multiple issues at the federal and state level. So we are pretty proud of this team. I think the board and the member organizations are proud of this team. So I couldn't be happier to lead such a great and productive team.
I think it's awesome. Well, I love it. Well, thank you. Thanks for your time today, and thanks for letting me participate in your conference. It's been excellent.
Thank you, Victoria. Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you again soon.